Hey Rhody, I'm Elise Major.
And I'm Jenna Kaplan, and this is Hey Rhody Weekly, where we bring the pages of our magazines to life.
This month, we're discovering a Rhody Gem in the Apponaug section of Warwick.
We're talking about a trip that Elise and I went on to Newport.
Jenna gives us suggestions on things to do in the ocean that aren't swimming.
And we talk about cool drinks for hot summer days.
All this and more coming up.
So this month, for June, our Rhody Gem is in Warwick, right?
Yes, it is. It's the Changing Tides gift shop. It's in a little fisherman shanty. It really is like a quintessential Rhody Gem. It's such a discovery.
Okay.
It's in the Apponaug part of Warwick, right on a cove. And it's this little shack on stilts. And inside, there's all this like handmade, like woven baskets, like sweatshirts that say
Merch?
Apponaug. Lots of merch.
Say less.
Say less. Jenna loves the merch. It's very cool. It's adorable. She's got all these like handmade things, and it's a very cool spot. It's fun to find too. It's like on this little waterfront area that I didn't know existed.
I know, you're like, in the shanty, what is that?
It's really like a little cottage. It's like a
Cute.
little cottage over the water. It's kind of adorable. You have to go.
I'm excited. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get a lot of merch.
Yes, lots of merch. So summer is here and there's so many things to do on the ocean, but you put together a whole list of things to do that are maybe not what people think about right away.
Exactly, yeah, because usually, you think the beach, but it can get so crowded. So there's so many different things you can do. You can go sailing, there's like all different cruises out of Newport, which is really fun. Have you ever done one?
No, but I really want to.
They're so fun.
Yeah, those like fancy cruises where they have like charcuterie and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you done one?
Elise, I've naturally done the wine one.
Oh, excellent. Okay, why not?
You can also kayaking.
Yes, I love kayaking actually.
I actually, so when I first went kayaking, it was in Vermont. I didn't know that to stop, you like paddle backwards.
Yeah, so where'd you go?
I flipped it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Jenna capsized.
You treated it like it was like, the first time you learned to rollerblade and you just jump into the grass.
I'm like,
you're like, there's only one way to stop. And
yeah, and it was like an open lake though, so there's really like no reason for that. I wasn't like shooting straight into
You panicked.
Yeah, I'm like, flip.
So is that pretty much the ocean
then
activities?
You can do, there's like you can hike if it's not like super hot out, like a day like today.
Like on the beach, kind of on the shoreline?
Like shoreline, go for a nice walk. There's also beach combing.
I like to beach comb actually. It's when you bring your comb to the beach. No, not really. It's when you're sort of like foraging for shells and sea glass and little stones and.
Oh, I beach comb all the time.
Yeah,
Dad.
yep.
I'm a beach comber.
It's got a name, that's all.
And now to take a moment and mention our sponsor for this episode, Rhode Island Energy.
Rhode Island Energy can help you find ways to save, including 75 to 100% off approved insulation and 100% off air sealing. It all starts with a no-cost home energy assessment.
Schedule your no-cost home energy assessment today at rienergy.com/save-at-home. That's rienergy.com/save-at-home.
And now back to the show.
Jenna and I were recently out on the town in Newport for the launch of the Newport Monopoly game held at the Audrain Automobile Museum.
And I have to say, that museum would never expect it to be right there, but it has so many, I'm not a car person by any means, but even when I walked in there, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They have all different, they had the drag racing.
Yeah.
One of those carts, they had a safari looking Jeep.
Yes. It was very cool. They had like I think a really old Honda, and I also thought it was cool because they had like the old ad framed hanging up over it. I'm sure I'm talking about the wrong car, but anyway. But it was really fun because they had Mr. Monopoly there.
They did.
And did you laugh at my joke? I was like, please, Mr. Monopoly's my father. Call me Monty. Maybe
No.
nobody heard that but me.
What is that referring to?
That's just a joke whenever somebody's like, hi, I'm Mr. So-and-so. Oh, that's my father. Call me blank. You know what I mean? Has anybody heard that joke?
I know exactly what you mean.
Thank you, Nicholas. He always knows my jokes. Anyway, so Mr. Monopoly was there. He was among the luminaries, including Kyle James Patrick, who is of the brand Kyle James Patrick. They have the flagship store in Newport, KJP on Instagram.
Yeah, you were like,
I'm a fangirl.
and I'm like, I don't know who that is. But then I looked on Instagram, like million followers.
Yes.
And his dog has like 1 million.
Oh yeah.
His wife, like
The wife, the dog.
Yeah.
There's the adorable child who does not have his own Instagram account. But that was very fun. And our editor,
Wasn't
Ken
KJP
Abrams-
the one that had like the really viral like pumpkin on the head with
Yep.
the latte?
Yep.
Reel. It was like a
that was him?
skateboarding
Yes.
down the street with
That's
the latte
them.
and the pumpkin head. Yeah, that was KJP.
Listen, gang, circling back to the game though.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So the Newport, the game pieces.
Yeah, what's really cool is like the properties have been changed to some of the locations. Like Audrain Car Museum is one of the, like properties or something like that.
Yeah. And then isn't there like the little dells?
There's a Dell's property. So yeah, it seems like a fun game. We have to break it out and play.
I know. I get like really competitive.
I really don't like board games. I find them confusing. But I played like this Dungeons and Dragons game with my son, so I
That's,
feel
like,
like
the
it
most
earned me
confusing.
points. So confusing. I understood what I was doing at the end.
Oh, then you can handle Monopoly.
Yeah, I can.
Elise, you know what I really love in the summer?
Cold drinks,
More than that, frozen.
frozen
There's
drinks.
nothing like a frozen drink.
Frozen drinks are great, and we have a big roundup of all kind of refreshing treats that you can drink from places around the state.
Like where, Nick?
I know.
So we have like a quick list off here. We have Bristol's Beehive Cafe. They have an iced biscotti, which is a latte topped with fresh bits of biscotti and homemade whipped cream,
Okay,
which sounds
lavish.
awesome. Tracy's Cream and Sugar in Warren has candy drinks made with Skittles and Starburst, so then brush your teeth after, because
Absolutely.
Yeah, my teeth hurt.
it would be very good, but also killer on you. Coastal Roasters in Tiverton has a peanut butter cup latte. That sounds awesome. Fresh brewed iced tea.
Yeah, they also have classics like just fresh brewed iced tea.
Oh, okay. I'm reading this going, what? I thought it was going to tell me what was in it. No big deal.
Not just tea.
It's just
You
they
know
also
what? A
have
lot
tea.
of people are very, is it a mix or is it fresh brewed? That's like a thing.
Is
so,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, not for me. I don't like tea.
Well, there you go.
I mean, I like the fake tea. That's like, what is it, like Lipton's iced tea?
So that
or
would be
something?
you. You'd be like,
Yeah.
is it a mix or is it fresh
No,
brewed?
I just
But
wouldn't
is
order
there
it,
a
but-
ton of sugar in it or no?
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
Does it taste like tea? I'm not interested.
Funny. Is it sweet tea? Because I love that.
And then, I mean, if we're going to talk about frozen drinks in Rhode Island, I think the key thing is frozen lemonade.
Yes.
Or Dell's or Mr. Lemon.
True.
Jenna, a little bird told me you have a funny story about Dell's versus Mr. Lemon.
Oh, no. Okay, so I have a question for you too. And this
Okay.
was brought up on the podcast. Your frozen lemonade, do you have it with a straw or with a pretzel rod?
Oh, that's a whole big thing.
Straw. No pretzel rod.
Why not? You're saying it like
I don't know. I don't want it. Because people they stick it in and then it stays in there and then it gets soggy and little
It's like
pieces
a-
fall off into it. And like, I get the idea behind it, but I'm not the.
I thought you were
not
supposed
big
to
into
just
it.
drink it like this, like shake,
Well, that's
drink,
the-
shake,
That's what I do.
drink.
The
I have a
rod.
straw and I don't use the straw. I just use it to like kind of move the stuff around inside
Yeah.
the cup. It's more like a spoon than a straw for me. It's used more like a utensil.
What about, well, what do you think? Like, have you had it with a pretzel?
No, I've never even heard of that.
Really?
Yeah, and I want to keep them separate. I'm kind of a purist.
I think a
My
lot of
pretzel
people
will
like they
have
put
my
it in there and then they just eat the pretzel and then they have but I don't know, the idea of them sticking it in the frozen lemonade always kind of weirds me out.
That's not appealing to me.
Well, when I was younger, what I did was got my frozen lemonade and then I got some Twizzlers and I bit off the top and the bottom and I used that as a straw.
All right.
Kid knows how to live.
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm
Ingenuity at
inventive.
its
You should
finest.
work at Tracy's Cream and Sugar. Side hustle, making candy drinks.
I'm just like throwing Twizzlers.
Exactly.
But yeah, ain't nothing like a frozen drink, you know?
I'm cracking everybody up. Thanks, coffee. This time Jen is on the tangent. I just came back from a trip down south and I
Down
drank
south.
so much sweet teas.
Boiled peanuts, there's nothing like it, you know?
You know, whipped cream party at Jenna's. Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
And we forgot to talk about the ocean.